What have I learned about women, childbirth after my last 2 experiences? First of all, women are freaking amazing. We are made to do amazing things and to be amazing. Our bodies are made to be able to form children and to be able to carry them, more than one of them sometimes, to be able to create what we need to feed them. Like, we have our own freaking ecosystem going on. And during that time, we have like this natural glow from within that just covers our whole persona, and it's just that maternity glow, and like, seriously, it like lifts up our whole womanhood, and it's just like on display for everyone to say, like, I'm woman, you know, like, hear me roar or see me waddle, whichever one. And it's such a blessing, and I just definitely felt spiritually that I was just so grateful. I was so grateful for being made to be able to do what it is that I am able to do with my body and what I'm able to experience with my babies. And it's just amazing. Like, I feel like I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it. And I hope everyone who would like to have that experience is able to have that experience, because it is so empowering and so humbling at the same time. And about childbirth, that it's natural. There's nothing wrong with childbirth. There's nothing, you know, it's just part of life. Every living thing, almost, I'm not like a huge science genius either, gives birth and sustains their new newborn thing, whatever it is, an animal or a person. I'm getting tired. And it's not an emergency, but there are emergencies that do need to be attended to. People have heard of placenta previa as being a possible emergency. Shoulder dystocia, which is something I learned more about in INMA. It's kind of like when the shoulder is turned and the baby is like just not able to get out through the birth canal. Again, I'm tired, so I can't think of the exact facts, but it's shoulder dystocia. And INMA and other midwives were able to have this technique where they can naturally manipulate the body of the baby with mom on hands and knees to turn it so that it can come out naturally, even if it's turned that way. Other doctors, because of basically malpractice possibilities, will just do C-section. What recommendations do I have for someone who is pregnant for the first time or looking for a different birthing experience? Everybody's going to want to tell you what the heck to do and what the heck not to do. You have to decide, okay, I've never had birth before, or I had birth and I'm seeking something more. What are you looking for in your birthing experience? Do you want to be completely surrounded by people who, you know, who can just give you opinions and just sit back and enjoy the ride? Because that's what I did for the first 2 years, and that's fine. I had beautiful babies and they're healthy, and you know, and I had uncomplicated pregnancies and births. Although I was like knocked out for my entire first one and on oxygen and everything, it was like, ooh, if it's your first time and you don't know anything, learn as much as you can about birth, about the natural way of birthing, and then see what your options are and say, I think this is best with me. With your personality, if you're a worrier, a home birth the very first time you have a birth is possibly not going to be the best thing for you, but maybe having a natural intervention-free birth in a hospital is something that you will aspire towards. Grant Dickley-Reed actually says in his book, even though it's based on natural childbirth without interventions, there is a part where he says no woman should be forced or pressured to go through a birth or labor if she is in pain. She should be allowed to have relief from her pain. Otherwise, it can introduce trauma to the woman and just cause emotional upset for either future births, or after that baby is born, just the memory of the birth. And we want women to have good, positive, healthy associations.
This is Busy Dreaming Mom, and I may look a little different than I looked the last time that you saw me. That was actually quite a few days ago. I've been struggling to get this video out because I have something called a newborn who's not happy unless mommy is holding him or rocking him or nursing him. So it's just been hard to really do anything besides just take care of my baby, and that's my job. So I just figured I'd get this out any way that I could. And today is the real life of a busy dreaming mom. I woke up just basically exhausted because I had to nurse him through the night and wake up with him. He gets up to party around 4 or 5, and then he stays awake for an hour. And so I take care of him because dad works 12-hour days. So I let him sleep and I stay up and play. And then we work it out. We work it out, don't we? But you want to sit with your mama. Yes, you do. The last time that we talked, or that I talked, I was saying that when it comes to making decisions about your birthing, you need to have people who are on the same page as you are. People who support your vision and who believe that you have chosen what you think is best for your family, for you and your partner and your nuclear family, and they are on board with you and they are going to support you. That is really, really important. And if you do not have that, then you'll need to seek that elsewhere. What I did is, when I told my husband I wanted to have a home birth, okay, and he told me that, you know, he was going to go along with it and support me the best he could, even though I'm sure he knew absolutely nothing about it and was probably wondering what type of voodoo thing I was trying to do with his unborn baby. With his, you know, support, I did look online, YouTube. People videotape their home births. Yes, they do. Or even their hospital births, or whatever kind of birth they choose to have. People put that on YouTube. And you may think, oh, weird. But it's just like when we learn sex ed, you know, in elementary school, they use videos. Same thing. When you're looking for birth education, what better way to study it than by looking at other people who are giving birth and seeing what they're going through and drawing strength and inspiration from them. And so that's what I did actually for my last two births when I decided to do an intervention-free birth. So that really helps. I would totally suggest doing that. Even Baby Center. Baby Center has some some birthing videos as well of women who are in labor, and even a home birth video that can help you as well with any of your questions. And so besides that, reading. I found books that supported my way of wanting to birth. And I read through them and I gained confidence from them, especially the Ina May Gaskin's Intro to Childbirth, because the whole first section of the book is about women telling their stories about their home births or their intervention. So it was so inspiring, and it was just like each of these women was saying, I did this, you can do this too. Do not be afraid of your birthing experience. Embrace it. And, you know, it was just so inspiring. I loved it. He's listening to me and he spit up. Okay. The other thing is having birth affirmations. Something to say or to have repetitively going on during your labor to help you get through whatever you're going to do. I found inspiration for my birthing affirmations from the Hypnobirthing book, but you can also find them, I mean, wherever you draw a source, maybe the Bible or another book that you really like. And so I actually took notes because I am a scholar. I love to research and learn. And so I actually took notes from the Grant Dickley Read and the home birthing or the hypnobirthing books, and I wrote them out. So for each stage of labor, you know, active stage, transition stage, all of that, I had notes for what to do. Relax all of your limbs and breathe deeply through each contraction, you know, or help push a little bit during, you know, such and such a stage. Or don't push at all and let your surges push through for themselves. So I just was prepared. I prepared myself because I had no clue what was going to happen. I had no clue how I was going to handle it. I wanted to go into it calm and in charge. But that whole surrender thing, it means like you may be, you know, at the foot of the boat, but you're not in the waters. You're not the hand that moves the waters. So anyways, I wanted to actually share my affirmations with you, and then I had an inspirational thought to share at the very end that maybe can help you as you're going through your decision making and your thought process with your births. My affirmations, and what I did is I recorded these on my iPhone in the voice memo, and I played them during my contraction. My contraction was coming, I hit play, and then I repeated after myself. It was really cool. And here were my affirmations when I was in labor getting ready to birth Kieran. I know I can do this. My body was made to do this. I am strong. I am letting my body do its job. I encourage my baby to come. I am happy my baby is coming to me. I welcome my new baby. I am grateful to birth my baby. I will remain calm and not tense. God made me wonderful. God has blessed my baby. God has blessed my body. God is sending my blessed baby. God made my body to do this. I trust that everything is just fine. I am grateful my husband is helping me. I embrace this experience. It will be worth it. I am stronger than I know. I surrender to these rushes. I am joyful. To say that you're joyful when you're in the middle of such intense, indescribable discomfort seems so contradictory, but literally what you say really does impact what goes on up here. And no matter what's physically causing you discomfort, what you say can really help you persevere, or it can make you surrender to the discomfort and really have a harder time. Okay. And the other thing I did was I got together at the very last minute a playlist. While I was laboring in the bathtub, I put together you need to go sit down at the table and finish your food. My other littles are up. You need to go finish your food and wash your hands, please. Thank you. So I put together a playlist, and while I was laboring in the bathtub, I played Let It Go from Frozen, the Demi Lovato version, because she's so absolutely talented and it was such a stirring performance. Also, you need to go sit down and eat your food, please. And then I played Paul McCartney's Let It Be. So beautiful. And then I also played a couple of Christian worship songs. Jeremy Camp's There Will Be a Day and Carrie Job's Revelation song. And right at the end when my midwife said, your baby is right there, all you have to do is push. I just took a while to rest, and I just really raised my hands and just marveled and just kind of worshiped in the fact that I was doing something so divine and so God approved and so blessed. And I just took a while to just bask in that before I resumed. And then I want to read an inspirational thought to you that I was thinking as I'm thinking, what do I tell these moms who maybe don't know what to do for their birthing, maybe don't know where to go, maybe they just want to get it over with, or maybe they are seeking something more. You can only be where you are at in the present time. With a desire to learn and grow, you can find much value and fulfillment in doing things that are considered outside of the societal norm. Being informed and taking a chance with your well-researched info, either from those with experience or written literature. This takes precedence to the fear of others. This is your life and your nuclear family, and their wishes is what matters most. Anyone else's ignorance or fear is on them. And it's just so important to know you're the one that has to go through this. You're the one who has to have the mental stamina to get through the surgeries without succumbing and saying, I can't do this. And we all get to that point, trust me. Get to that point where we're like, I can't do this, it better be coming soon, or I'm about to tap out. You know, you need to just be able to say, this is what I choose. And you need to be powerful and empowered and assertive in making these choices. Because this is the beginning of a lifetime with you and your baby, and you want to start, you know, on the right foot. And who's to say what the right foot is better than you? So I wish you all the best with your birthing. I feel so blessed to have been able to have an uncomplicated pregnancy and be able to have my birth the way that I wanted to, which was at home without any interventions. Was I afraid at any point in time? I absolutely was. And that's when I went and I found support via literature. And I think it's really important to understand, you know, just reading books is not the only way to become well informed. Learning from other people's experiences is usually what books are based on. So if you can go straight to the source and find information and study, then I would definitely value that just as much as any book that has been published at a publishing house. So please just be encouraged and know that your body knows what to do, and this is God approved, and your Creator has made your body to do great things, and it's a blessed experience. Do not be afraid. I remember saying, while I was quoting my affirmations during labor, I remember saying, I'm not afraid, I won't be afraid. And my midwife said, you have nothing to be afraid of. And it just, you know, kind of calmed me and let me know, you got this. This is going to be how it's supposed to be, and you will be fine. Many blessings.